Hi there and welcome to all our viewers. Today I have with me Chantal Husman from PwC Namibia. Chantal is a tax partner and she's here to tell us all about doing business in Namibia. So Chantal, tell us a little bit about Namibia, what the country's like, what the people's like, and what opportunities there are for doing business.
Good day, Alan, and our viewers, and thank you for this opportunity to promote Namibian investment. Namibia gained independence 29 years ago and ever since enjoyed political peace and stability. So having won our freedom in 1990, besides being referred to as Land of the Brave, she's also known as a country with wide open spaces. So yes, we're a small economy, taking into account our population statistics. To be exact, the last census indicated 2.6 people per square kilometers. Also, the country is quite diverse, whether it is referring to our landscapes, having the Namib as well as the Kalahari Desert, or culturally, with more than 11 indigenous languages spoken, though important to note that English is the official language. As to the people of Namibia, I am a proud Namibian by birth and can state we are often referred to by the expatriate community or visitors or tourists as friendly and helpful. And a lot of value is also placed on the quality of family life. For example, and not just in rural Namibia, also in the capital city Windhoek, hence why it's not strange to quickly drive home and enjoy a family lunch in the middle of the day during a working week. You also asked to the state of the economy and investment opportunities. The country is not as industrialized as we want to and ought to be. And since 2016, the economy moved in a recession. And our 2019-20 budget address read in March this year did project subdued growth percentages over the medium term. However, on the positive side, a lot of policy reforms are currently underway. For example, the government is placing private-public partnership opportunities high on the agenda. Key sectors or industries posing significant investment opportunities would be in agriculture, speaking to the housing needs, renewable energy, or the mining sectors. And geographically, Namibia is well positioned, having two harbours at Walfish Bay and Luderitz, and an established road and rail network. So the country is definitely a gateway to the rest of SADC and SACU countries, having a small population but providing access to larger export markets.
Thank you, Chantal. Namibia has introduced or is focusing on new stimulus package. Whilst that sounds really good, can you please tell us a little bit more about any potential disadvantages that you see and what investors need to be mindful of when looking to invest in Namibia?
Thank you, Alan. And you would agree that in general, it's not easy to set up business in a foreign country. So in the Namibian context, major challenges would include recruitment of skilled resources. That's in terms of staffing needs. So our smaller population creates a significant skills gap or relevant work experience gap, especially when it comes to more specialized fields. So having to rely on work visas and work permits, it's a big administration task, and being subjected to this potential rejection every other year on the submission of a new request, those are business risks that need to be actively managed, and hence our advice that it's best to apply well in advance. Secondly, another challenge might be managing current uncertainties on policy reforms, like the potential impact of our new Equitable Economic Empowerment Bill or the recently announced tax amendments. So these unfortunately negatively affected foreign investor confidence the past 2 or 3 years, and we do foresee it will still create a lot of uncertainty over the next few years. Lastly, on the ease of doing business and paying taxes, we are at present not rated as high up as we would want to be. But I can say that a lot of reforms are currently underway with the new business regulatory authorities going by the acronym BEPA, as well as with our Inland Revenue Services. For example, electronic filing of tax returns were only introduced in January 2019. Yes, quite recent. So these are all needed reforms, but the reward and benefits are yet to be experienced. And along with such big change comes teething problems.
Thanks, Chantel. So, given those challenges, what are the 3 most important steps that a foreign investor must take in order to ensure that their investment in Namibia is successful?
Well, depending on the type of industry and investors interested in, it is definitely advisable to gain a thorough understanding of all relevant local laws and regulations. So whether it is a specific license, importation permit, export permit, levies, withholding taxes, trade agreements, or just the Labour Act regulations, to name a few. So these impact any business model. And early consideration is important. Our advice is to perform a bit of fact-finding and to apply for relevant permits in advance. And another important factor is to identify affected key stakeholders and to understand their individual interest in the envisaged business activity, especially with the start-up of a new business. So in a small economy like ours, we recommend having a clear communication strategy from day one with the key stakeholders and to monitor key stakeholder perception. And lastly, assuming all local tax commitments are settled, it is advisable then to obtain Forex approval for funds repatriation upfront. Alan, with all of that said, I wish to assure foreign investors that the PwC Namibia Tax and Legal team is ready, and we look forward to be of assistance.
Thank you very much, Chantel. That was most interesting. I hope all of the viewers have enjoyed doing business in Namibia, and we look forward to interacting with you again.